Good day, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'll be doing the CSEC Biology, May June 2014, paper 1. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you know when new videos are being uploaded. So, give this video a thumbs up by pressing the like button. So let's get into this video. It's going to be a very quick video whereby just the answers are being provided. So let's get into this paper. So for some of the questions, I'll read some. You'll be able to see it on your screen to read it as well. A says a plant which has reduced leaves with no chlorophyll, lacks a proper root system, and flowers abundantly is mostly likely to be found. The answer for question 1 is B, living parasitically on another plant. So answer is B. So item 2 refers to the following food chain, which shows the feeding relationships in a freshwater habitat. So there you have it. Microscopic algae to mosquito larvae to small fish to large fish. So the organisms to which the least amount of energy is available is the answer is D, large fish. Let's go to number 3. So item 3 refers to the following list: number of legs, 2 body temperature, 3 shape of body, 4 type of body covering. So it says the dead remains of a previously unknown animal are found in a forest. Which of the features listed above could be used to classify the animal? So the answer is C, 1, 3, and 4 only from our answer options. 4. Which of the following types of bacteria is important for returning nitrogen gas to the atmosphere? The answer is B, denitrifying. Let's go to number 5. A mature plant cell is different from a mature animal cell because the plant cell has, the answer is C. 6. In a comparison between osmosis and diffusion, which of the following statements is not true? A. Osmosis occurs only in living cells. B. Both processes require energy to move particles across a concentration gradient. C. Diffusion does not always require a partially permeable membrane. D. With both processes, molecules move from a high concentration to an area of lower concentration. So the answer for 6 is B. Let's go to number 7. So the answer for number 7 is D. Let's go to number 8. So item 8 refers to the following diagram, which represents a metabolic process carried out in plants. So A, the food produced is, so looking at the diagram, so the food produced is A, fat, B, starch, C, protein, D, amino acid. It is B, starch. 9 says, which of the following is not an autotroph? A. Fungus, B. Moss, C. Fern, D. Alga. The answer for 9 is A. Fungus. Go to number 10. So item 10 is based on the diagram. So it says item 10 refers to the following experiment. A green and white variegated leaf is exposed to sunlight for 3 hours and then tested for starch. The results of the test are shown in the diagram below. So there you have it, the before and the after. So based on the experiment, which of the following conditions is necessary for photosynthesis? So A, light, B, water, C, chlorophyll, D, carbon dioxide. The answer is C, chlorophyll. 11. When enzymes are boiled, they are unable to function. This is because an increase in temperature. Our answer for 11 is C. Denatures the protein of enzymes. 12. Which of the following occurs as a result of a deficiency of nitrogen in plants? The answer is B. Stunted chlorotic plants with reduced yields. Let's go to number 13. It says, which of the following is a function of hydrochloric acid in the stomach? Is it A. Emulsifying fat, B. Breakdown starch, C. Hydrolyzing complex sugars, D. Providing a medium for pepsin? The answer for 13 is D. 14. The role of respiration is best described as the A. Release of energy, B. Absorption of oxygen, C. Breakdown of carbohydrates, or D. Liberation of carbon dioxide. The answer is A. Release of energy. Number 15. So number 15 refers to the following graph, which shows the oxygen uptake of an athlete at rest, during exercise, and after a period of exercise recovery. So it says the highest concentration of lactic acid in the athlete's muscles occurs at, let's look at our answer. Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? It occurs at B, at 2. Let's go to number 16. It says, which of the following is not a reason for placing green plants in an aquarium? A. Providing food for the animals. B. Providing oxygen for the animals. C. Removing the chlorine from the water. Or D. Removing the animals' waste products. The answer for 16 is C. Removing the chlorine from the water. 17. Which of the following is an effect of nicotine found in cigarette smoke? 17. The answer is A. Increased heart rate. 18. The right ventricle collects blood from the C. Right atrium. 19. An ammoebia contains all the oxygen it needs by diffusion via its cell membrane, while a human needs to have special respiratory surfaces for this purpose. The reason for this difference is that the answer for 19 is D. A human's surface area to volume ratio is too small for diffusion to be effective. Let's move on to number 20. So, item 20 refers to the following diagram, which shows the longitudinal section of the stem of a plant. So X, we're going to label that. So the part labeled X is the answer is D, companion cell. Let's move on to number 21. Under which conditions will the rate of transpiration in plants be highest? A. Sunny and low wind speed. B. Sunny and high wind speed. C. Cloudy and low wind speed. Or D. Cloudy and high wind speed. So for 21, it is B. Sunny and high wind speed. 23 says, mineral salts in plants are transported mainly through the, it is D would be your answer. Let's go to 23. So 23 says storage organs in plants provide food. 1 for vegetative reproduction. 2 for the developing embryo. 3 to ensure survival when nutrients are scarce. So the answer for 23 is D, all of them. 24 says, which of the following is not a form of excretion in plants? The answer for 24 is A, carbon dioxide diffusing in through the stomata. So item 25 refers to the following diagram of a mammalian kidney, and it has 4 parts to be labeled to identify them. 25, into which structure is urine emptied? The answer for 25 is C3. Go on to 26. Which of the following organ is most directly affected when the pituitary gland is malfunctioning? Is it A, kidney, B, lung, C, skin, or D, colon? The answer is A, kidney. Let's go to 27. So the answer for 27 is A. Number 28. The main function of cartilage at the end of long bones is to A, protect nerves, B, reduce friction, C, lubricate joints, or D, increase flexibility. So the answer for 28 is B, reduce friction. 29. Which of the following correctly describes movements in plants? The answer is C, irreversible growth or part movement. Go on to number 30. So we have a diagram here. So item 30 refers to the following diagram, which shows the structure of a typical vertebra. And we have 4 parts there. Which of the following shows the correct labeling of the parts? So the answer for 30 is C. Neutral canal 3, centrum, that's at 4, and transverse process 2. Go on to 31. Which of the following is not true of locomotion? A, it allows organisms to find mates. B, it is in response to a stimulus. C, it allows organisms to find food. D, it is a characteristic of all living things. So the answer for 31 is D. Let's go to 32. So number 32. So it says, Item 32 refers to the following results of an investigation of how wood lice respond to light and moisture. The results show the number of wood lice that moved to varying conditions: light, dark, moist, and dry. So there you have it. So 32, the above responses are important to the wood lice in order to A. Ensure that they are close to a food supply. B. Ensure that they do not become dehydrated. C. Provide the best conditions for enzyme activity. Or D. Provide protection from predators. So the answer for 32 is B. Let's go to 33 now. So item 33 refers to the following diagram, which shows a coordinated response to a stimulus in humans. So it says the role of Y in the illustration above is to A. Stimulate receptors, B. Cause reflex actions, C. React to stimuli, D. Interpret changes in the environment. So the answer for 33 is D. Let's go to 34. For a student to recall his biology notes, action takes place in. So the answer for 34 is B, the cerebrum. Let's go to number 35. 36, sorry. Oh yes, we're still at 35, correct. So 35, which hormone causes a person to show superhuman enhanced strength in an emergency situation? So for 35, the answer would be B, adrenaline. Thirty-six. Which three structures of the skin are involved in temperature regulation? So the answer for 36 is A, sweat gland, erector muscles, and capillaries. 37. The function of the choroid layer in the eye is to A. Focus most light rays, B. Prevent internal reflection, C. Maintain the shape of the eyeball, D. Control the amount of light entering the eye. So the answer for 37 is B. Let's go to number 38. So item 38 refers to the following diagram of a section through a joint. There we have 4 labeled parts. Which of the above labeled components reduce friction? The answer is B, 1 and 4. Let's go to 39. So item 39 refers to the following growth curve for an instar young insect during one stage of its life cycle. So at which point does molting occur? So molting occurs at C3. Move on to number 40. So item 40 refers to the following activities involved in the menstrual cycle. So 40 says, which of the following is the correct sequence of activities? So 1, we have repair of the uterus lining. 2, ovulation. 3, shedding of the uterus lining. 4, development of the Graafian follicle. So The correct order is 4, then 1, then 2, then 3. So the answer is C. Let's go to 41. Item 41 refers to the following diagram of a flower, 4 parts there. Which of the labeled parts is responsible for the production of male gametes? I hope I pronounced that correct. 41 is B. Let's go to 42. So item 42 refers to the following diagram. So it says the most appropriate heading for this diagram is it A, ovulation, B, fertilization, C, pollination, or D, reproduction? So what would be your answer? So for 42, the answer is B, fertilization. Let's go to 43. During pollination, pollen grains, which are small, light, odorless, and smooth, are most likely carried by A, wind, B, birds, C, water, D, insects. So the answer for 43 is A, wind. Let's go to 44. Contraception is used primarily to A, limit the size of families, B, cause infertility in humans, C, prevent the spread of sexually transmitted infections, or D, increase the world's population. This one is A. Let's go to number 45 now. Which of the following statements is true of wind dispersed seeds? 45. A, they are found in succulent fruit. B, they have hooks which allow them to be taken great distances. C, they are rapidly strewn from dry pods. Or D, they have feathery hair which allows them to be taken great distances. The answer is D. Go to 46. Which of the following events does not occur during mitosis? So the answer for 46 is A. Chromatids exchange genetic information. Let's go to 47. The answer for 47 is C. The testes of a mammal. 48. A girl has blood group A and her brother has blood group B. Her mother is blood group AB. They both have the same father. Which of the following are possible genotypes of the father? So the answer is D, 2 or 4 only, BB or OO. Let's go to our next question. 49. A plant breeder grows a new variety of tomato which has desirable characteristics. To develop this variety, sometimes enclose single flowers in bags. Which of the following is most likely a reason for this? A, to ensure fertilization, B, to ensure pollination, C, to prevent damage by rain, D, to prevent entry from pollen from other plants. So the answer is D. Let's go to 50. Which of the following is an ecological implication of genetic engineering? So is it A, loss of biodiversity, B, humans playing God, C, higher prices for organic foods, or D, reduced incidence of allergic reactions? So the answer for 50 is A, loss of biodiversity. 51. In which of the following ways can hypertension be treated or controlled? 1, eating iron-rich foods. 2, low carbohydrate diet. 3, low salt intake. Or 4, exercise. So the answer for 51 is C, 3 and 4 only. Let's Go to 52. Abuse of prescription drugs is considered a disease because A, it is costly to families, B, it reduces human productivity, C, many people are involved in it, D, it affects the functioning of the body. So the answer would be D, it affects the functioning of the body. Go to 53. It says, which of the following is a sign of AIDS? A, sterility, B, skin rash, C, blister on genitals, D, yellow discharge from penis. So the answer 53 is B, skin rash. 54 says, a vector is defined as an organism that A, bites human, B, causes diseases, C, lives on other organisms, or D, transmits disease organisms. The answer for 54 is D. 55. A boy stepped on a nail in the garden. He is rushed to the hospital where he is given antiserum. This provides A, artificial passive immunity, B, natural passive immunity, C, artificial active immunity, or D, natural active immunity. So 55 is A, artificial passive immunity. 56. A group of fish, snails, watercress, and tadpoles live in a freshwater pond may be described as A, niche, B, habitat, C, community, or D, population. The answer is C, community. 57. The mark release capture technique would most likely be used to determine. The answer for 57 is D, the population of snails in a vegetable plot. Let's go to 58 now. So item 58 refers to the following graphs. So there we have it. Population density and time. So it says, which graph best represents changes in population density of a natural animal population with respect to time? So 58, it is C, the third one. Let's go to 59. Which of the following is not an example of a renewable energy resource? A, oil, B, wind, C, solar, D, biomass. That is A, oil. Final question says, which of the following practices does not help to conserve the environment? A, overgrazing, B, crop rotation, C, reforestation, D, using natural fertilizers. A, overgrazing. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.